This is Caitlin, your host of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, where we get no sleep and survive on coffee to watch just one more episode at night. Hello, and welcome back to another episode on the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and we are back with a watch list episode. I did one last month, and now we are back for October. You may think since we're in October, my watch list is all about Halloween and stuff. That is definitely not the case. I actually wanted to watch more Halloween stuff, but I just with the airing K-dramas in October, I wasn't interested in any of those. So I haven't started any new K-dramas that are premiering, but also I just have so much on my watch list right now. I don't have room to add Halloween stuff unless I'm just going to put stuff on the back burner. And I'm already doing that, which you'll hear in this episode because I need to watch stuff for podcasts and recordings and stuff. 2025 is weird. We're just going to go with that. That's just going to be my overall saying when it comes to 2025. Normally in October, I would pretty much put things on hold and just watch a bunch of like crime stuff or Halloween stuff and whatever. And that is just not happening right now. I'm currently just trying to get stuff off my watch list. And November and December probably are going to be continuing that trend. I'll still add stuff, but I'm trying to get my watch list whittled down as much as possible. Like, there's definitely going to be shows that I'm going to be bringing over to 2026 because they have a lot of episodes that I don't think I'll be able to finish. One, definitely I will be bringing over to 2026 because it doesn't end until 2026. The other one, I just don't think I'm going to be able to get caught up by the end of the year to finish it potentially at the end of the year because I'm on episode 10 and there's like 50 episodes. And I just don't think, with my track record this year, I don't think I'll be able to catch up and finish it by December. Maybe I will. I'm going to try, but maybe I will. We'll have to wait. But other than that, all the other dramas, I think I'm just gonna work to get them off my watch list. And then once they're off my watch list, along with the other dramas that I have to watch for podcast episodes by the end of specifically October. I have no podcast recordings currently in November and December except for one, and they're not drama reviews. So I'm safe with that. I could be missing some. Let me check that really quick before I like absolutely 100% with my chest say that. I mean, technically I'm recording on November 1st. It's that October, but the end of October, technically. But like December, I have one. It's not a drama review. Overall, I have no like podcast recordings for drama reviews. So November and December and the rest of October, really, I'm going to try and get stuff off my watch list unless I'm watching it for a drama review, which I do have a couple episodes to record at the end of October for drama reviews. But most of them are short or they're already on my watch list, so I'll just be clearing off my watch list anyway. By the end of October, I'll just be watching stuff to get that off my watch list. And then, as I've said before, November, I'm going to be taking a break from the podcast. I will keep reminding you with every episode, also with my social media. It'll be a month break. I won't be doing anything. I'll still be on social media and maybe do a YouTube video, but I will not be releasing podcast episodes. And I don't even know if I'll be doing the YouTube video stuff. It really depends because a lot of stuff in November, I'm busy in November, but a lot of stuff is like up in the air, getting a little personal. My sister is due to have my niece. Like, she's going to give birth in November, but her due date is Thanksgiving Day. The last time she gave birth to my first niece, she was 3 weeks early. So we don't really know if she's going to give birth early or if it's going to be on Thanksgiving Day. Either way, I'm keeping November like really open to not plan anything. So I can basically rush home to spend time with my family and be there for my sister giving birth to my niece. So I'm not planning on releasing anything. I'm not recording anything. I have no plans in November. And so I'll be back in December. I'll be releasing episodes again. I'll get you caught up on what I watched and completed in November. And also, normally in November, I'm just really busy due to the holidays anyway, because Thanksgiving is a pretty big holiday in my family, if I have not said that. Given the fact that she potentially will be giving birth on Thanksgiving, We won't be celebrating Thanksgiving in the traditional sense. I'm sure we're gonna do something, but it's just all up in the air. November is all up in the air. So even if my sister was not pregnant, I would still be taking this break from the podcast because I really do need one. It's been a year and a half, almost 2 years. Has it been a year and a half? Yeah. It's been like a year and a half, almost 2 years since I started the podcast, and I haven't had, like, a real break. So we're gonna start doing breaks, kind of just in the schedule. So there'll be 2 a year. I know I explained this last episode, but I'll keep repeating it. But that's pretty much the reason why I'm doing a break in November. I'm about to become an aunt again, but also it's Thanksgiving, which is a far busier holiday for me than most families. And November just seemed like the perfect month to take a break. So I'll be reminding you of that every podcast episode and then on social media, but I will still be around. You can still talk to me about dramas. I will still be posting stuff about dramas. It just won't be podcast episodes or YouTube videos or whatever. I might do a short, I might do a story, that type of thing, but you won't get a podcast episode in November. Just my PSA reminder. Obviously, not what we're here to talk about. Again, rambling. But we're here to talk about my watch list for October. I have gotten some things off my current watch list that needed to get off, and I started some things. We have some new things to talk about. We have some things that have been on my back burner that I don't have much to say about, and then we have some things that I'm currently trying to get off my current watch list and I have made progress with. So I'll talk to you about that. Normally, if it's a new drama, if you guys don't know, I will introduce the drama. I will say the cast, the synopsis, that type of thing. So if you guys have never heard of the drama, you now will know and see if you want to be interested in it. I do plan to add some new dramas to my current watch list. As I said, I have some podcast recordings at the end of the month that I haven't even watched the drama yet. They're shorter, thank God. So I will talk about that at the end of the episode. But yeah, I really need to concentrate on getting stuff off my watch list and not starting anything. And luckily in October, there's no new dramas that I want to start. New K dramas, I should say. There's other dramas I do want to start, and there's always dramas I want to start. I'm just gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do because the airing drama situation and me watching airing dramas is not working out. Even though I'm gonna talk about 3 currently airing K dramas, I am behind on all of them. I started them and I'm already behind. Like, this is my life now. I don't think I can watch dramas as they air anymore or figure out a new strategy and maybe only watch one as it airs and the rest I just have to watch. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think I can watch airing dramas anymore, but that's beside the point. Again, I'm babbling. There's definitely also some variety shows in December, cough, cough, Culinary Class Wars Season 2, that I will probably be dropping everything and binging that show because I was obsessed with it when it aired in Season 1, and I'm just praying it's as good as Season 1, if not better, and I hope they pull off the magic of Season 1 because I will be highly disappointed if they don't. That show I've been looking forward to for months, and apparently the rumored air date is sometime in December, and I cannot wait. Again, tangent. We're just going to do all tangents today in this episode. Yeah. November's different though, because November I have a lot of premieres of K dramas that I'm looking forward to, and I'm just going to have to pick and choose because there's no way that I'm going to be able to watch all of them, plus have all the holidays and family time, plus get stuff off my current watch list. I'm just going to have to either not watch them as they air or choose like one as it airs, and then the rest I'll put in my plan to watch list. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, I can just clean out my current watch list. That is the plan for the rest of the year. Come back in December and have a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to update you on, including a new niece to my family. I still honestly, also, I don't know the name of my new niece. It's weird because this is going to be another tangent. I'm sorry. With my first niece, I knew the name by month 6. No idea. I don't even know the names that are in the bucket to choose from. I have no idea. So it will be interesting to see what they're going to be naming this girl. But I know it's a girl. So we know it's a girl, but I have no idea what the middle name is, nothing. But all we want is a healthy baby, right? Sorry, little tangent, little personal life. There you go. Let's get to talking some dramas. If you have never listened to a current watch list episode, The format is I go through all the dramas I'm currently watching, or anime, or variety show, or any show for that matter. If I'm watching Bridgerton, for example, one of the few English speaking shows I still watch, which reminds me, I still need to watch Wednesday season 2. Anyway, I go through all the shows I'm watching, I introduce the shows that I have never talked about before with their cast, synopsis, whatever. I say what I like about them or dislike about them, would I recommend them. If they're on the back burner, I'll mention that as well. Just everything on my current watch list. Then at the end of the episode, I talk about some of the dramas or shows I plan to add to my current watch list, which in this one, there's actually quite a few. And that is what we're going to get into. Also, the sequence of dramas I usually talk about, it's usually Korea, then it's China, then it's Japan, then it's Taiwanese, and then Thailand is always last. I don't know why I chose that sequence. I don't know. I think I just chose it one day out of when I wrote my first blog post and it just stuck. No idea. All right, we're going to get into the Korean dramas I'm currently watching. I cleaned out the Korean dramas I was watching in September. All of the Korean dramas I'm about to talk about are new to the podcast, new to me, premiered in September. They're really new. I will introduce them. The first one we're going to talk about is Miss Incognito. I watched the first episode of this. This is being talked about a lot. I think it is one of the highest ENA, which is the network it is, one of the highest ENA K-dramas ever. I love ENA. I think a lot of their Korean dramas are fantastic. They're one of my favorite networks in Korea. So the minute I saw that this was ENA, I already knew I was going to watch it anyway. But then I got to know the synopsis and the cast, and I was like, bet, I'm in. Miss Incognito is a 12-episode Korean drama. It aired on September 29th. I think we're on episode 5 coming next week. I have watched episode 1. As I said, I'm already behind. This stars Jung Yo Bin, who you may know from our movie from this year, or Glitch. She was great in Glitch, or Vincenzo, of course. And then our male lead is Jin Yun, who I personally love. He has been in the military for a while, so he's just getting back in the last 2 or 3 years to acting, but he's great. He was in shows like Sweet Home season 2 and season 3, Love in the Moonlight, which is where I first saw him and fell in love with him. I think that is probably one of his most famous dramas, really. You might know him from My First Love. What else? Who Is She? Which was a 2024 one, which is, I think, the remake of a very famous Korean movie, Miss Granny. Anyway, that is the main 2 leads. And then you have a lot of like supporting cast people who are pretty much leads as well. Seo Hyun Woo stars as the lawyer, and then you have Jang Yoon Jun, who stars as one of the old man's children. She's a very cruel character. You immediately hate her and are also scared of her at the same time. And then Ju Hyung Young plays like a staff member of this house, and you might recognize her, of course, from Extraordinary Attorney Woo. She plays the best friend in that show. And then you have Moo Seung Kyung. He plays the very old man. And then a bunch of other people are starring on this. So what is this show? This show, Jun Yo Bin, she comes from a very poor background. She has had a miserable life. She has a record. She committed some crimes and went to prison for a while. And so she's got out of prison trying to make her life better, and she attempts to become a bodyguard. And at first, she does not get hired. She is very unconventional when it comes to what she does as a bodyguard, but she's good at what she does. I think her natural instincts kind of help her a lot. And she eventually gets hired by this like really rich chaebol guy who's terminally ill, and she is given an unconventional offer from him. He offers to enter a contract marriage with her and making her the heir to his fortune because he does not want his other children or like stepchildren. I can't remember if they're his stepchildren or children. I want to say they were stepchildren. Anyway, he does not want his children, his absolutely evil, cruel children, to get his fortune. So he proposes that they enter a contract marriage, and then she is forced into hiding for 3 months to avoid his children and other people who want to steal his money and basically kill him. And she also is investigating who is after his money and whatever. So the first episode is her becoming this bodyguard and getting into this contract. And then the second episode, she's like whisked into this countryside into hiding under a pseudonym, pretending to be this teacher, where she meets Jin Yun, who is a single dad. So it goes from thriller bodyguard drama to somewhat of a romance comedy in a countryside, all while she's trying to hide from this horrible family and survive for 3 months. It is so good. It's so good. It sounds really crazy, but it is fantastic, and I'm enjoying it immensely, even though I'm really behind. I just can't get enough of it, and I love it. I love it so much. I love the female bodyguard. I love her character. Jun Yo Bin is just nailing this role. Nailing this role. I love that she's so unconventional. She knows what she's doing, but she doesn't. She's kind of using street smarts and like what she learned in prison to be this bodyguard, but her instincts are really good. She notices things. She notices that things are off. She notices people's character immediately, which is why the rich guy likes her so much. Also reminds him of his dead daughter. But I don't want to like give too many spoilers away. The rich man, the actress playing his daughter, what's her name? Her name is Jung Yoon Ju. I've seen her in Money Heist. She was good in Money Heist. She is nailing this role. She is so cruel. She's playing the villain so well. She's despicable, unhinged. She's crazy. Unhinged, downright evil. Love her. Hate her character. Absolutely. Her character can go kick rocks, but she is nailing this evil daughter who wants to kill her father type situation. Oh my god, it's so fun because a lot of these characters have secrets, not only like the people in the family, but like the servants and the assistants and even the lawyer, maybe even the chaebol. Everybody has secrets. And it's just so good. I could talk about this drama forever. Anyway, that was Miss Incognito. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to watch more of it. The next K drama I'm going to talk about is First Lady. I also have only watched the first episode of this. I think it is on episode 6 or 7 now. It's halfway through. Again, I'm really behind on it. I'm not good at watching airing dramas apparently anymore. This aired on September 24th. It has 12 episodes, and as I predicted, it is makjang. For sure, makjang. Is it as crazy as like another makjang drama I click play on? No, but I could see it going there if it wanted to. First Lady stars Eugene, who I absolutely adore. I would watch her in anything, and she looks amazing in this drama. And then we have Ji Hyun Woo, who plays her husband, and then we have Lee Min Young, who plays her husband's assistant. Those are like the main three characters. What is this drama about? Of course, it is called First Lady because Eugene is the First Lady. She has basically supported her husband through everything. He has been through like really poor to campaigning to having to going through an accident to and having to stop his campaign and then getting through and healing from that accident to re-campaigning to be the president. And she has helped him through and supported him through everything of this, right? They get to episode 1 and he is successful in being elected to president. And Eugene has successfully navigated this campaign and got him to this point where he won the election, right? End of episode 1. They're going through, yay, we won the election, and they're in front of cameras and they're celebrating. He turns to her and he's like, I want a divorce. That is the first thing he says to her after winning this election. And as I said, I think I've introduced this drama kind of before. Korea is just like the US, where you have the election, but then you have like 3 months before they're actually sworn in. He wins the election. He still is not president. He has like 60 something days until he's sworn in as president. And he announces this on election night after he wins. I can just tell, and you could tell too, you immediately think he's cheating, right? Which probably he is. You could see that he probably is. It's a makjang. Of course he's cheating. I have so many theories of who he's cheating with because the easy route is he's cheating with his assistant, which could happen. So there's like a birth secret already. You potentially have a second kid walking around because the assistant has a child. You have like a kid that somehow knows everybody and she's like a young adult. She's like in her 20s, but it's clear she was adopted. So she might be the second kid. Who knows? So there's already birth secrets. But also, he looked scared when the election was announced. Like, he thought he was not gonna be elected or something, or he shouldn't have been, so something's fishy about the election, apparently. I'm having so much fun with this. I'm having so much fun. I really, really hope it sticks the landing. I really hope it continues this crazy cycle that it seems to have in the first episode because there's so many mysteries and complicated relationships with this. Even in like the main family, there was this scene in episode 1 where her high school age daughter tells her that she knows that her father's cheating with somebody and the mother apparently already knew, and the daughter gets so angry with her mom because the mom knows apparently, but they don't say who, they don't like 100% confirm it by providing evidence or whatever. So they already have a complicated relationship because you can tell the daughter does not like her mother really, and maybe not even like her father now. But also the father is just so cold with everybody. Well, he's like a mystery within himself. I will say, I found the daughter to be quite annoying. She's so annoying in the first episode, so I hope she gets better, but god, she was annoying in the first episode. So there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. I could see this going crazy. I love a crazy mahjong. I love it. I love it so much. I'm really hoping that this stays the course and is good because I really, really need a good cheating mahjong in my life. If that doesn't help, I can definitely have a cheating mahjong in my next drama I started because I know this is going to be a really wild, crazy ride. As we know, I love a good daily drama. I love a 100 episode plus revenge cheating mahjong drama. And I started a new one, which I haven't watched a daily drama in at least a year. Usually I'm watching one constantly. Usually I at least watch one a year because I usually do like an episode a day type situation. I haven't watched one of these in probably a good year. So yeah, I started a new daily drama. Is it one of those daily dramas that could go full-blown mahjong with birth secrets and murder and possibly a kimchi slap? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm here for it. Listen how crazy this is, right? Okay, so I started the daily K-drama Graceful Liar. It is supposed to have 100 episode. It's ending in 2026, which is why I said at the beginning of this episode I will probably have multiple dramas going into 2026 because of the episode count. This started in late September. I have only watched the first 2 episodes, 3 episodes. I'm really early with this. I think I watched the first 2. I'm watching it on Amazon Prime. The synopsis of this is to marry the heir of Gwanhyang Group. Cha Jung-won enters a wealthy family under a false identity, borrowing her friend's name. However, the woman who appears before her as her mother-in-law is none other than her biological mother. I will explain that in a second. Cha Jung-won has had a rough life, and in order to escape poverty, changes her name and pretends to be in this rich family. She had a father framed for murder, a mother who abandoned her, and as she is about to get married, she learns that the family she is marrying into, the mother turns out to be her birth mother. So I'm assuming her mother is the stepmother of the groom. That was not explained yet, but I'm assuming that is the case. So now she's marrying into this family. I'm assuming to get revenge on her mother. We don't know. So this is what happened in the first episode. This is why I love mahjong. This is the first 4 scenes you get. The first scene opens up, the first scene of this drama. You have a father of the main girl getting arrested. She's like maybe 10 at the time. He's arrested. We know he's being arrested for murder, but we don't know who was murdered. We don't know how. We don't know why, right? The second scene of the first episode, is the main girl's mom, after the father being arrested, just dropping her off and abandoning her at a friend's house or a neighbor's house. She does not return, even though she says, I will come back in a few days. Never does. The third scene is our main girl, now in her 20s, maybe early 30s, pretending to be a socialite and from this rich family and taking on this new name and identity. So completely different from what you grew up. This is the last scene, this fourth scene you get in the episode. It's crazy. Fourth scene you get in the episode. She goes on this blind date pretending to be rich and under this false identity. She ends up marrying the guy she goes on the blind date with. And they're at the wedding. In Korean weddings, you're supposed to bow to the families, right? So the groom and the bride are bowing to the groom's family. You don't see the mom they're bowing to, but you see the father. And as they come up from the bow, camera zooms out, the couple kind of parts, and you finally see the mother she is bowing to, and it is the mother who abandoned her 25 years prior, 20 years prior. And so now we find out the main girl is marrying into this groom's family where his stepmother, I'm assuming it's the stepmother, because I mean, obviously they're gonna might think that she married her brother, but knowing Korean dramas, that's never gonna happen. I'm assuming she's a stepmother. The stepmother is the woman that abandoned her 25 years prior, and she is now marrying into a family where she is a stepmother with her new husband. That is the setup for this daily drama. That is the crazy mahjong setup of this 100 episodes thing. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the drama to continue. Obviously, there's going to be birth secrets. Obviously, we're going to find out about this murder. I'm assuming someone in this rich family set her husband up. Maybe she did. Who knows? And there's a daughter in this family too, this groom's family, that the stepmother like dotes on. Absolutely dotes on. I'm assuming that's her stepdaughter, so I'm sure there's going to be jealousy somewhere. Also, the main girl took on somebody's identity as pretending to be a daughter of another rich family. What about the daughter she actually stole the identity from? Like, she's bound to come back eventually and want her name back. Oh my God, it's just going to be delicious. It's going to be delicious, and I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. So that is Graceful Liar. Again, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but man, they know how to open a drama for sure. All right, so those are the only K-dramas I'm watching. I definitely have some that I'm looking forward to in November, so I'll mention them at the end of the episode. The next thing we're going to briefly talk about is the only Korean variety show I'm currently watching, Please Take Care of My Refrigerator. I am still watching this. I need to catch up on the show because it has 30 something episodes now, and it's supposedly ending at the end of the year. That's not confirmed, but supposedly is ending at the end of the year, and I'm on like episode 10, 15, something like that. The idea was as I was going to be watching an episode a week, but that clearly is not happening, was not happening, whatever. I need to either go back to watching an episode a week or binging some of this. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm hoping I can get it done by the end of the year, but again, there's a lot of episodes that I've just not watched, so this might be a show going into 2026. Also, I hear that Culinary Class Wars Season 2 is coming out in December on Netflix. I am definitely dropping everything and watching that. So this probably will be going into 2026 just because Culinary Class Wars had my heart and soul when it aired the last time. I was obsessed with that show, and I'm praying to God I'll be obsessed again. So I still like it. It's a classic food show. It's one of my favorites. I'm still liking this show. There's just a lot of episodes. Love the guests, love the food, love the jokes. I love that they're switching out the chefs every once in a while, so it's not the same chefs every time. Love it. Love it. Still enjoying it. That is the only Korean variety show I'm currently watching. I still want to watch Crime Scene Zero because again, that's a classic Korean variety show that I loved when it was airing at first, and they obviously have rebooted it. It's on Netflix. I kind of want to watch it. But again, with Culinary Class Wars Season 2 coming out in December, I'm already going to be busy. So we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to Chinese dramas. I need to get some of these Chinese dramas off of my list because damn, I've been watching some for way too long. I did not start any new Chinese dramas. A lot of these I talked about last month, but I think this is where I'm gonna be concentrating for the rest of October/November. I mean, some of these I've been watching for months at this point. Like I started in May, April, something like that. And I haven't touched them because I've been watching other things. I either need to drop them or I need to get them off, and I don't think I've watched enough to choose to drop them at this point. So I just need to watch them and figure that out or finish them. But that's the goal. They need to be gone by 2026. That's the goal. So the first one I'm currently watching and I've made the most progress on is Mysterious Lotus Casebook. I am more than halfway through this drama. I need to finish it for a podcast recording at the end of October. I will probably finish it this week. I have, I don't know, 15 episodes left, 20 episodes. No, I'm more than halfway. It's like 18, 15 episodes, something like that. I'm liking this drama a lot. I knew after watching the first episode I would, but I guess my expectations were still somewhat low. And so I'm surprised at the same time I'm liking it so much. I don't know why. I'm surprised, but I am. Cheng Yi's character is definitely my favorite. I love his character. I love how cunning he is. I love how smart. I love how somewhat arrogant he is, but not as arrogant to be annoying. I love his character so much, and Cheng Yi is knocking out apart when it comes to acting. At this point, I wish Cheng Yi's character would tell Joseph Zhang's character who he is, like who he really is, because I have like 15 episodes of this drama yet, to go, and Joseph Zhang's character still has no idea who Cheng Yi really is, and I'm like, "You just need to tell him already." Also, I expect there to be kind of a falling out because there was already a falling out at, like, episode 18 or something where Cheng Yi already kinda told a lie and didn't tell Joseph Zhang something, and Joseph Zhang got mad and walked off for 3 episodes. So I'm assuming there's gonna be a falling out when this secret comes to light, which I hate when that happens because I like them together. I like their banter, I like their relationship, and to have them be apart for 3, 4, 5 episodes, I'm not looking forward to that. Also, currently right now where I'm at, Xiao Shu Yao's character has amnesia, which I love an amnesia trope, but I'm laughing hysterically because Joseph Zhang and Cheng Yi's characters are just playing around with him and lying to him of like who he really is and how their relationships were, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious, and his reaction to it is so funny. I'm laughing so hard. I have absolutely no clue who this big bad guy is. He keeps showing up in like a robe and hiding his face. I have tried to guess this guy's identity, and I'm like, there's no way they're just gonna put a random guy in here. There's no way. There's no way they're gonna introduce a new character. I'm just like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And I can't think of one, which I'm glad because I would be bored if I could guess that. So that's a lot of fun for me because I really can't guess the guy. I have no idea who this guy could be. Also, watching Mysterious Lotus Casebook just makes me wanna watch more dramas with this setup where a group of guys or group of people walking around solving mysteries and stuff, and I know I have plenty of those dramas in my backlog. So now I need to go like find some and click play on them, which I can't do because I need to clear off my current watch list. Next few Chinese dramas I really have not watched more of. I have not clicked play. I still have Medical Examiner Dr. Chin, The Mind Reader, Lover or Stranger, and Love in Pavilion on my current watch list. I plan to watch these and get them off my watch list in November. That's the plan. So if I can get these 3 dramas off my watch list in November, I will be happy, and then I can concentrate on everything else that I need to get off my watch list, but, if I get those 3 off my watch list, I'll be happy in November, but I really have not made a lot of progress on those 3, so there's nothing really to, like, talk about with those. Coroner's Diary, I'm also slowly watching this. I was going to be watching this to try and finish it by the end of October, but that podcast recording got moved. Thankfully, I have so many podcast recordings at the end of October. It was ridiculous. I overbooked myself. I'm enjoying Coroner's Diary a lot. I was attempting to binge it for a while, so I've actually watched a fair amount. I'm not halfway through. I have watched more of Mysterious Lotus Casebook than I have Coroner's Diary, but I've watched more than Love and Pavilion, for example, with Coroner's Diary. We eventually will be doing a podcast recording on this, so I plan to complete this hopefully by the end of the year. But at least I'm glad I get to spend a little more time with this drama because I have enjoyed what I've watched so far. I'm liking the mysteries. I love the chemistry with the 2 leads. I still love the second female lead so much. I really, really hope she has a romance eventually. I have not gotten to that point if she has. But yeah, the 2 leads are great. I love them. I can see why a lot of people like this show. This is right up my alley, so I'm not surprised I'm enjoying it so much. But yeah, that's the plan with the Chinese dramas. That's all I'm watching currently right now, so I'll have at least one off my watch list by the end of the month. All right, and lastly, I'm still watching 2 Japanese dramas, but I will say I'm slowly watching them because I'll watch like an episode here and there, and then I'll have to go binge Mysterious Lowe's Casebook, for example. I wanted to get both of these off my watch list before this episode, but I just didn't make it happen. But I have watched more of it. The first one is Usutoki Rhetoric. I've watched a few more episodes of this. I'm still liking the leads. I like their quirks. I like the found family in it. Love the mystery. Like, there's nothing I'm really disliking so far with it. It's a lot of fun. I can see why a lot of people enjoyed the J drama. And then the same with Calm City and Beautiful Days. I'm actually surprised I'm enjoying this. This is not the typical drama that I'm enjoying. Granted, it is a Japanese rom-com, which I like more of. When it comes to rom-coms, I do like Japanese rom-coms the most. I'm still surprised I'm liking this so much because it's actually like making me laugh, and I still think it's cute. The leads are a cute couple trying to figure themselves out through marriage and their relationship and how to live together. And they're like going through their first romantic relationship together, and it's definitely cute. It's definitely cute. I will continue watching it, of course, both of these, and I want to complete them by the end of the year for sure. For sure. So that is everything I am currently watching. We've had some movement. We got some stuff off my current watch list. We've added some stuff. Should I have added some stuff? I don't know. I don't know. And speaking of adding some things, here are some things I plan to add to my current watch list soon. I have to watch Hold My Hand at Twilight. That is a Japanese drama for a podcast review. So I'm planning on watching that. We have Romantic Anonymous airing this week, another Japanese drama that I want to watch. Mobius, of course, I need to watch for a podcast review as well. So I will be watching that. And then some of the other ones I plan to watch, either they're completed, so I can now watch them, or they've been added to streaming sites recently. So the Yakuza Boss's Beloved. I can't tell you how many edits on TikTok I saw about this J-drama. I think I've practically watched it on TikTok at this point. But I have been wanting to watch this J-drama since I got down the rabbit hole with this drama in edits in TikTok, and it is finally coming to Viki, and I'm so excited. I think it's supposed to be on by the end of the month. Learning to Love, it was already on my watch list, and then everything I've seen of people loving this show, I really want to watch it myself. And then for the Korean dramas in November, I don't really know which ones I'm gonna watch as they air, and then ones I might wait. So I want to watch The Manipulated, which Dio as a villain, I need to see that. So, so good. Dear X, I'm interested in. It looks dark, which is why. Dynamite Kiss, that is probably the only romantic show I'm looking forward to. Dynamite Kiss is a K-drama coming out in November. It stars Jung Ki-young. Immediately, yes, Jung Ki-young. I love him. I will watch him and everything. And then we have An Yoon-jin, who you may know from My Dearest. This setup sounds adorable and wacky at the same time, and I'm here for it. Dynamite Kiss is about a CEO. He's a CEO. He is played by Jung Ki-young. Jung Ki-young is a CEO. He works for this like baby products company, right? And one day, his coworker, played by An Yoon-jin, suddenly kisses him, apparently, with this synopsis. And she is a single woman who was trying to find a job, and she gets a job at this baby products company, but she lies about her background and says that she's married with a kid to get hired at this job. And so she now works for this job under our CEO guy, and he knows she is married. Well, she says she's married. He thinks she's married, but then she suddenly kisses him. And she only wants to become like a permanent employee of this company, but then she starts having feelings for her boss, obviously. And apparently suddenly kisses him. I need to watch this drama. I need to see a trailer for it because it sounds hilarious, but also I need to I need this yesterday. The stills from this drama that are coming out look adorable, and it's definitely going to be a rom-com. So I'm definitely wanting to start it. Will I complete it? I don't know, but I at least want to click play and check it out. So that's coming in November. That might be the one I'm watching as it airs. And then there's Taxi Driver Season 3, which I've seen both of the other seasons. I'm absolutely looking forward to Taxi Driver Season 3. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait and binge it though because it was agony watching that as it aired because it's A, so much fun, but also brutal and gory and violent, and the cliffhangers killed you every single week when it came to that show. So that's the last one that I want to add to my watch list in November. And that is the end of the episode. That is my current watch list. I hope I can make some changes in the rest of October/November. And that is what I'm currently watching. Please let me know what you are currently watching. Are you watching anything that I am currently watching? Have you seen any of the dramas I'm currently watching? What are you liking? What are you disliking? Let me know. Let me know. DM me, comment it, whatever. Or let me know what I should be watching. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I should add something to my current watch list, but we all know I already have so much on my plate. Thank you for listening. That is another episode on the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I will see you next time. Bye. If you want to continue the conversations about dramas that were started in this episode, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky under the username No Sleep for Dramas. That is No Sleep, the number 4 dramas, just like in the title of the podcast. This podcast is also an expansion of my blog, so you can visit my blog at www.nosleepfordramas.com, the number 4 dramas.com, and find multiple years of blog posts already available at your fingertips. All links are in the description of this episode. Finally, please give this podcast a like or a follow wherever you listen to the podcast. Leaving a comment or a review also helps a lot. We love hearing ideas and feedback from all of you. Share the podcast with your friends as well. Thank you for listening. This has been an episode of the No Sleep for Dramas podcast, and I am your host, Caitlin. I will see you here next time, and I hope you get no sleep chasing the next episode just like me. Good night.